Hey Cappy, starting your read at 22:44. First card out. The first card out. The Empress. Got the carousel on the TV. There's a message coming through about emotions, about your emotional health. I'm just going to look at this. You could be feeling dissatisfied. It feels like something's a long way off from where you're at. But it's actually just one shift away. It feels like something's about to completely change, but you're being asked to tune in, not to run from some kind of feeling, some kind of emotion right now, even if it makes you feel away. Something's making you feel away on purpose. It's like whatever's making you feel away, there's a message in that. For some of you, there's nothing wrong with you, but you're in the wrong environment. That's something that's coming through. It could be to do with where you're staying, who you're staying with, just the kind of vibe that you're in, the kind of vibe of the environment. You can see straight through something, through deceit. It feels like people don't realise that you can see what their intentions are or what they're up to in some way, because you're not making a fuss about it. It's like people may know how you'd react if something was to go down. If somebody was to disrespect you or to move in with some kind of ill intent. It feels like people are so sure that you don't see the truth of things, of what they're up to, what's going on, because there's been no reaction. You may not have expressed something. You may just be still acting sweet with someone, or it's like nothing's changed. It feels like this is confirming to others that you can't see what they're up to. You look unfazed, focused. It feels like people have been planting seeds, or there's some kind of... I don't really like this energy. I'm going to come back to it. Seven of Swords, High Priestess. Future energy, death. It's like something needs to be communicated in order for you to move forward. That something can't stay a certain way if you want to flow freely. It may be an unspoken thing. Maybe what this is back here, what this is saying. It's like you're being asked to take yourself out of the equation. It's like not playing somebody at their own game. Not even being part of the game. It's like just stepping out of it. Not needing to try and keep up some kind of appearance like you don't know what's going on. But also not necessarily having to say you do know what's going on, but cutting cords with this energy. It's that you don't need to keep tabs on something. It's going to actually cause more turmoil. Focus on yourself. Focus on what you're doing. What you focus on grows. What are you feeding? There's something you're creating for the long term. You're being asked to travel. Some of you could be feeling called to move, to go somewhere else, to shift, to change environment. There's something, it's like something just doesn't fit for you right now where you're at. And it could be anything. It really could. Maybe you need to be somewhere that as soon as you rise, you're in nature. As I say that. The green fields. Maybe it's somewhere, it's like you're in concrete jungle kind of energy. Maybe you need to be somewhere you can just step out and be free, be grounded as soon as you rise. Maybe you're living with people that run on a certain schedule, and it's like you need to actually have some kind of peace, quiet at a certain time when there's no peace and quiet. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you need to be making noise at a certain time, but others need some kind of peace and quiet. There's some kind of thing that's holding you back that doesn't really need to be an obstacle. It's like it's not something you're doing wrong, but you're accommodating your environment. Be bigger than your environment. Follow your intuition. either you do what you need to do regardless of how, even if it doesn't fit. It's like your environment could be causing you to want to go into yourself. Some of you, it's like habits, addictions, excess, extremes, that kind of behavior. It's like, be mindful when you feel called to do something to kind of let off steam on why is that. Because for some of you, it's because you're restricting yourself, you're contracting into yourself. It's like you're being asked to expand, to create, to be loud, to express, to take up space unapologetically. And somewhere where you're at, maybe that's not possible. Your intuition is literally guiding you on the steps you need to take to have some kind of new adventure. But understand that everything's a choice. That if you don't leap, you're not going to fly. There's somewhere you need to actually take the initiative to move. It's like, take charge and turn this wheel yourself. Wheel of fortune, wheel of destiny. It's like there's more to things than you realise. You don't know what you don't know. If we knew everything, there'd be no point of being here in the first place. It's coming through something my sister said to me. I was speaking to her. It's like, and someone commented about being aware. That sometimes it's like being so aware can be as much of an obstacle as it is a blessing. In terms of, a lot of the times we know what we need to do, the body knows what it needs to do, where it needs to move, but we overthink ourselves into a state of paralysis. I went swimming the other day and this literally come up because I hadn't swum for so long. I used to swim all the time and like was obsessed, but for a long time I didn't practice. So I went swimming and literally I forgot. It's like, how do I do this again? And I'm like trying to consciously tell my arms, okay, do it like this, do your legs like this, do like breathe in like this, relax your stomach, like tense this muscle, release this muscle. And I'm trying to like talk myself through it. And I'm even like telling myself off, like, no, like your leg's not flexed enough, or your leg's not straight enough, or not like whatever it is, just some kind of overthinking. And it just felt like I lost the rhythm. It's like there was no flow. My arms were moving how my brain's telling it to move, my legs moving how it's telling it to move. But actually, it's like when you let go, things just happen. Second nature. It's like we know what we're doing. A lot of the times we know exactly what we need to do, how we need to do it. And a lot of these memories are stored in our body, 2252, from past lives, from our ancestors, the wisdom that we hold. And in the end, it's like I was guided to see that. And it's like, shut up, let go, just swim. Just forget it and just swim. And it was like instantly, it was just effortless. And it's like my body just remembered exactly how to swim, like it had just swum yesterday. When I was trying to think my way through things, it causes such a like obstacle. But when you move through things, even when you're trying to do something, it's like your brain will just tell you stop, like slow down. If there's something you want to complete, a task you want to complete, a project you want to start, your brain will tell you 100 million reasons why this isn't the right time. Start in 5 minutes time, start in an hour's time, start in a week's time. Oh, well, I couldn't do it then because this has popped up. This must mean I shouldn't have done it anyway. This must be a sign. Whatever it is. But actually, it's like, instead of trying to think what's right or what's wrong or see some kind of logic behind something, it's like just letting it all go, starting where you're at and doing it. If things aren't perfect, if something's off, if you're not quite ready or you haven't got everything you feel like you need to still move through it and do what you can. And you'll be surprised a lot of the time with the outcome when we take our, like, we get in our own way a lot. Spiritual warrior, 9 of Wands. On the Death card and the Star, the Fool, the Hierophant. Some of you could really be going through it right now, some kind of initiation. It's like, be kind to yourself, you're not going mad. 111. You could really be feeling tested. Experiencing different, what's the word? 2255. What's the word? Experiencing different experiences of the brain, should we say? I don't know. Hanged man. Like, a lot of the things that I don't even know how to word things, because the way that you word things in order to deliver things, the way that the fact of things, it's just so not what it is. That made no sense. Like, a lot of the things that are labelled as a diagnosis, an illness, an issue, a problem, a setback, a failure, a vulnerability in society are actually all kind of human experiences of the mind, experiences of the body, experiences of the spirit that have been spoken about from before the beginning of time. You're mastering yourself in ways that can't be taught. Maybe you haven't even got anyone around you can speak to about this. Be kind to yourself. Support's coming in. There's some kind of support coming in. Yourself, devil. There's something you had to master yourself. There's something you had to walk the path alone to see something clearly. Something needed to be yours and yours alone. It needed to come from you without outside influence. You may have found yourself alone, or just spending a lot of time alone. Ace of Wands, the King of Cups, Knight of Cups, the Sun. I'm hearing walking away, Craig David. I'm walking away. I can't deal. Cannot deal. King of Swords, the Sun, the Nine of Cups, dreams, wishes coming true. It's a beautiful energy, but it's like, don't give up. This feels heavy. I don't even know how to explain this. And even on here, even this annoys me. Oh, here she goes. Here she goes. Queen of Cups. Like, there's certain things that I feel called to share with you that I feel like would help a lot of people, because we all go through stuff that it's like that stuff you keep behind closed doors. But it's like certain things, if you share certain things, it's like society puts some kind of, but it's like we are society, do you know what I mean? It's like putting a label on things. Like, this could get heavy. Like what I was saying about a lot of the things we label as an illness today is actually just the evolution, the spiritual awakening, the power of the human mind, the body, power of spirit, the magic of spirit. That many face these things, but they don't know what it is. They panic and they think there's something wrong with them, but there's nothing wrong with you. I'm trying to think of the way to say this without, there's no point me posting videos if they're just going to get removed. So I have to just try and just say get the point across the best I can. But it's like, if when you can't bear to live anymore, like live another day as the self that you are, it's because there's a new self trying to be born. If everything's falling apart and it's like you literally have nothing, feel like you are nothing, feel like you've been stripped bare by a spirit, that's how it feels. I don't know why I've got Jesus coming through, but it's like that kind of energy. And not in the way, it depends, it's going to resonate different. It's like, hold on in there. Hold on in there. Some of you may really need to talk. It's like, don't let yourself combust in some way. 111. You could be really dealing with a lot of heavy energies, battling. Even those closest to you, it could feel like people are turning against you, or it's like, be mindful of the bigger picture. Come from a place of love. Are you in your heart space? Come back to love. It feels like you're learning how to hold space for unhealed energy. Whatever bothers you is your master. It's like, if you can't face things, you can't help. Don't let your emotions get in the way of serving. There's certain lessons you're going through right now, some kind of initiation. Everything you've ever wanted is here. It's like a brighter day, a new day dawning. Family, bliss, contentment, warmth, love, compassion, community. Building a community in some kind of way. But this is a huge commitment. It feels like this could have been a lifelong battle. Feeling like you've only experienced one side of the coin. Take time to rest. It's like, it'll only take you a minute to reflect on how things have been, to understand why you may be feeling called to rest right now. Things are balancing out. Don't be scared to change. Don't be scared to play with something. Something that once controlled you no longer does. You're in a position now where you can embody something, enjoy something from a different perspective. Don't be scared to enjoy yourself, to have fun. Because of feeling, you could hold some narrative like fun or pleasure leads to problems. But it feels like the place that you was, this may be because of, whoa, hermit. Something that once put you in a dark place, or something you've attached to being in a dark place. It wasn't really about that, but it's a tool. It was something you needed. This isn't going to resonate for everyone. I'm trying to think the best way to explain this. It's like, don't condemn anything, like don't set anything in stone as being wrong. It's not the thing that's wrong. It's the relationship you have with it that may have been off balance. Whether that's a thing, it's a person, it's a place. Something you've labelled that makes you a certain way. Wearing a certain thing, doing a certain thing, expressing yourself a certain way. Going to certain places, enjoying certain things. You're not wrong for what you like. It feels like there's some kind of healing around shame. But it feels like don't let your discipline restrict you from certain experiences you're here to have. You choose how things go. If you're not happy, it's like happiness is a choice, an inside job. Choose to do that for yourself now, whatever that is. Follow your gut. Because it's like the way you're going to be doing something moving forward isn't the way you did it. There's been a change of your intentions. Something you thought was the be all and end all. It controlled you. Stopped you from maybe doing certain things. It's like you can now embrace that, whatever that is. A few different things are coming through, but I can't work out if this is because some of the things are related to things I go through, and I don't know if that's for what's coming through for the message or if these are examples that for myself. So I'm just going to sit on it for a minute. Strength. The Lovers. Something's got to go so something new can come in, or something had to go so something new could come in. Celebration, love. Feels like you could have been grieving a past relationship, but it's like through this, something could have put you in a place of isolation. Maybe it was a breakup or some kind of ending. But it's woken you up to many different things. It's put you in it's like you're exactly where you need to be. Justice. The Magician. Three of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. It's like understanding that nothing can be a problem if you don't let it be a problem. That you choose how you see things. You choose how they're going to be. You know, like that illusion thing. You know, the room where you have like the illusions or something looks like something else. It's like you can change things. You can alchemize anything. You're in charge. It feels like there's been an understanding and lesson of this. People pleasing completely coming to an end. It's like you're going to do what you need to do regardless of how others feel about that. You're going to follow what's right for you, understanding that you're here. This is your path. What needs to be changed is like, yeah, put the weight down, letting it go. It does feel like an energy of solitude, potentially loneliness, darkness, a lot of fear there. It feels like having to overcome a lot of fear, having to face a lot of things that put you in a state of fear within yourself and in the external. It's giving that indigo energy. Oh well, 111, thought I'm going to cry there. Temperance. It's like, Spirit's like, we know. We know. Have patience, don't worry. This hasn't been for no reason. The Chariot, number 7. Success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. 1111 on the horizon. Picture is changed. Listen to your heart, intuitive insights you can trust, taking care of others perhaps too much. Putting yourself first, maybe going back to learn something, continuing to educate yourself, education in the form of seminars, apprenticeships. So we're always going to be in a continuous state of learning. This is something even today has hit me because I always write down the dates of when I start something. It's like day 1 this, day 1 that. And all the things, a lot of the time it's that I plan for day 1 to start, and on day 2 I'm going to the calendar to delete day 1 because I already failed on day 2 and then starting again. And it's like seeing it as a failure because I haven't done it when at this certain day, or haven't done something on a certain day. And I had a message come through. It's like day 1 was when you was born. I had a message come through and it was like day 1 was when you was born, and the last day will be the day you leave the earth. Like, there is no day 1. There is no day 2. There's a continuous evolution that's taking place. And in every second of every day, you can choose to start again. You can choose to do better. It's just really mastering the present moment. It's like once you've mastered the present moment, you've mastered life, because the present moment is just a continuation. Life is just a continuation of the present moment. So it's like instead of trying to do more, move quicker, there'll always be something else to do. There'll always be someone else to help, someone else to make happy. You can never make everyone happy. Sometimes people aren't meant to be happy because that's where they're at on their journey, and that unhappiness is pointing them in the direction of something different. And sometimes we try and get in the way of that. So it's like you're really being asked to just focus on yourself, fill your cup. It doesn't mean don't help and serve and share in the way that you're guided to, but from that place of feeling, from that place of heart, more from that place of worry and overthinking that what's this one going to think if you don't do that, what's that one going to think if you don't do this, that kind of energy. Some of you, something's coming through. You could have a friend or someone really close to you, or just someone around you, and it's like somebody doesn't need to be hearing your internal voice, your internal dialogue. You know how we all have that inner voice, and there was some people say that some people don't have an inner voice. I don't know, but that kind of internal dialogue. Some of you could be really sharing some kind of vulnerable internal dialogue with somebody who's not trustworthy, and everything's fine now. It's not a problem now, but become aware of this. It's like, it's not personal. It's like somebody could hurt you and it's not personal. But somebody that you think's on your team or that's here for forever, it could be a seasonal thing. And there's something that doesn't need to be highlighted right now. It feels like something that could be used against you, or some kind of weakness that somebody could play on, or could be thinking about playing on, or even just thinking about you from afar. It's like people can influence your energy from all the way over somewhere else. It's like the more this person doesn't have you in mind, the better for you right now. And it may be nothing to do with you. Some kind of feeling that they're going through could be why they're having some kind of bitter thought or some kind of jealousy. It's like, it's not about you, but be mindful. As much as, because it's like, some of you know this, but it doesn't feel good. It's like, oh no, surely not. I wouldn't want to think that of this person. You don't want to, like, you feel bad for thinking that this person would even be thinking bad about you. Something like that. It's like, not this person, that you just couldn't imagine it, whoever this person is. But it's like, as much as logically this is coming up, is it's like the same thing with it's like, you know, there's a feeling. When you stop overthinking, you come back to the same feeling. Go with that feeling. As much as it may hurt, it's not going to hurt as much as if you continue to deceive yourself, and then there is some kind of impact that can affect you later. News worth celebrating: announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births. Friends that you cherish. Beautiful energy, shooting stars on the TV. Wonderful news is on its way. Smart, I love that word, wonderful. News is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. 3333. 333. Be assertive. When it comes to what you know is right, everything going your way, a good person or company to work for. Compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and gifted. The dog. I think that's my favourite animal. And the bat. Stop. These are like my favourite. Oh, they're all my favourite. But these are two of my favourite. The dog and the bat. Ritualistic death. Something's coming to an end. Dog. How are you being more loyal to others than you are to yourself? Like, a dog will back its owner even if the owner treats the dog like shit. Physically, mentally, emotionally. It's like, just because you understand somebody's pain and understand that they don't have the ability to treat you any better, doesn't mean that you should be accepting some kind of treatment. Page 93. Dog, you are so noble until the bitter end. Your medicine is the teaching of true and loyal friends. Dog has been considered the servant of humanity throughout history. If a person carries dog medicine, he or she is usually serving others or humanity in some way. Here you will find the charity worker, the philanthropist, the nurse, the counsellor, the minister, and the soldier. Dog was a servant soldier that guarded the tribe's lodges from surprise attack. Dog is a medicine that embodies the loving gentleness of best friend and the half-wild protector energy of territorial imperative. Like Anubis, the jackal dog protector of Egypt, Dog is a guardian. Throughout history, Dog has been the guardian of hell, as well as of ancient secrets, hidden treasures, and babies. While mothers were cooking or in the fields, Dog honours its gifts and is loyal to the trust placed in its care. You must delve deeply into your sense of service to others. Canines are genuinely service-oriented animals and are devoted to their owners with a sense of loyalty that supersedes how they are treated. Dog medicine asks you to look at how readily your sense of loyalty is countermanded by your need for approval. If you have pulled the dog card, there are several questions you need to consider, depending on the situation about which you are asking. Number 1. Have I recently forgotten that I owe my allegiance to my personal truth in life? Number 2. Is it possible that gossip or the opinions of others have jaded my loyalty to a certain friend or group? Number 3. Have I denied or ignored someone who's trying to be my loyal friend? And number 4, have I been loyal and true to my goals? Page number 93, page number 94. Lots of different messages coming through with that. Take what resonates. Bat rebirth, page 205. Sacred bat flew to me from the darkness of the cave, womb-like reflections, answers it gave, birth, death, rebirth, cycles of the whole, never ending, just eclipse the journey of the soul. 23:22. Rebirth. The basic idea of ancient initiations was to break down all the former notions of self that were held by the shaman to be. This could entail brutal tests of physical strength and psychic ability and having every emotional button pushed hard. This may be feeling like what you're going through. This may be what you're going through now with those closest to you. It's like protect your energy, own your aura. Don't let these energies throw you off. It's like being distracted. Don't fall for these distractions. Stand strong. It's not personal. Send them love. Keep it moving. Taunting and spitting on the initiate was common, and taught him or her to endure the duress with humility and fortitude. The final initiation step was to be buried in the earth for one day and to be reborn without the former ego in the morning. As I just said to you about keeps calm, like protect your energy, own your aura, don't go reacting to people. And I just read that about getting spat in the face. I got a vision of someone spitting me in my face, and with that I just punched them clean in the eye. And I'm thinking, listen, no, this advice isn't like, I am not at any near this level. This is just what's coming through for the reading, okay? Don't feel like this is my advice, because I'm out here being able to let people spit in my face and say thanks, you know. But this is what's coming through. And yeah, maybe we can get to that point. The final initiation step was to be buried in the earth for one day and to be reborn without the former ego in the morning. This ritual is very similar to the Night of Fear practiced by natives of Turtle Island. In this ritual, the shaman-to-be is sent to a certain location to dig his or her grave and spend the night in the womb of Mother Earth, totally alone, with the mouth of the grave covered by a blanket. Darkness and the sounds of animals prowling quickly confront the initiate with his or her fears. As the darkness of the grave has its place in this ritual, so does the cave of Bat. Hanging upside down is a symbol for learning to transpose your former self into a newborn being. This is also the position that babies assume when they enter the world from the womb of woman. If Bat has appeared in your cards today, it symbolizes the need for a ritualistic death of some way of life that no longer suits your new growth pattern. This can mean a time of letting go of old habits and of assuming the position in life that prepares you for rebirth, or in some cases initiation. In every case, Bat signals rebirth of some part of yourself or the death of old patterns. If you resist your destiny, it can be a long, drawn-out or painful death. The universe is always asking you to grow and become your future. To do so, you must die the shaman's death. Page 205, page 206. Moon in Aries, remain sensitive to others to avoid confrontation. Yeah, for real. It's like that spitting in the face thing. Don't punch anyone in the eye. It's like, this is a test of your inner calm. To master your emotions. Don't let anyone be your master. You can do it. Breathe in. If you've got to laugh it off, laugh it off. Rise above it. Take that energy and transmute it. Put it in your pocket for later. The cat. Make time to focus on your own spiritual well-being and connect to the metaphysical world around you. There's something about situations, opportunities coming up for you to go off and do things that you wouldn't normally do. This isn't just coming up because these situations and opportunities are going to help you move forward, but it also is getting you away from this energy. It's helping you to shift, to create a new environment, just to shift the narrative in some way with somebody or some group of people or something, whatever it is. It feels like an argument. Someone could actually want an argument to let off steam, pushing your buttons on purpose. It's like some reaction for these people, this person, is better than no reaction. But it feels like this argument isn't going to lead anywhere. Something won't be understood. It's like you're on two different you're in two different places. You're going to just miss the point. It's going to drain you. It's not going to add anything to you. So as much as it may feel tempting to bite or to snap, it's like make it kind of a task, a priority, something that you're actually doing now, like a project to master your emotions. Now is a good time to focus on achieving your own personal goals. Focus on yourself. What you focus on grows. I'm going to pull an angel, but we're on 45 minutes. 45 minutes, mate. Number 10, Eladia. He is like an angel on earth, understanding, reserved and dedicated to the person he loves. He has a vivid imagination, self-confidence, flexibility and an ability to always choose the best paths to follow and moments to act. Reliable and good-hearted, he is correct in his manner of doing things. He has a lively social life and mixes with the best of society. Attribute, opportune, God, planet Uranus, reasons for invoking. To heal physical and spiritual pains. To protect us from poisonous psychic energies and jealousy. I'm telling you. Get into your heart. It's like you being happy and genuinely happy and focusing on yourself is the best thing you can do right now. The more you're not giving something your attention, the better. To receive forgiveness when truly repentant. To regenerate morale. To enjoy the friendship of important people, page number 17. I'm going to leave it there. If this did resonate, like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon. Sending so much love.